Family.
All right.
Judge, while she's coming up, may I approach?
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Ms. Stanley, if you would, raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm testimony you shall give here before this court is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Will you push that microphone out in front of you a little bit? There you go.
All right, Ms. Stanley, if you would, state your name for the record, please.
Kianna.
And if you don't mind, would you spell that for the court reporter?
First name is K as in kite, I-Z as in zebra, E-T-T-E. Last name is spelled like Daniel with a Y, so D-A-N-I-E-L-Y.
Thank you. Right, Ms. Stanley, what do you do for work?
Insurance agent.
So you're currently an insurance agent.
Mm-hmm.
At some point back in 2020, did you sometimes help your mom at the daycare that she had?
I would be there sometimes, but I wouldn't say necessarily like help because I work for her or anything like that. But I would be there sometimes, like I'd be around the children.
Were you there on Friday before baby Carter passed?
No.
But you do know baby Carter.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to show you a picture of baby Carter, would you be able to identify him?
Yes.
May I first judge?
You may.
Let the record reflect that I am showing the witness what's already been tendered into evidence as states Exhibit 12. Ms. Stanley, is that a picture of baby Carter?
Yes.
Is that how you remember him?
Yes.
Ms. Stanley, do you know Kianna?
Yes.
How do you know her?
I think the first time I ever knew Kianna, we went to high school together. I think she's making like a grade ahead of me. We didn't really like have any interactions or anything during school, but I got to know her a bit more once my mom started, like bypassing and stuff like that. Sometimes she may have to contact people that we know that, she's coming in on the way to come get him or something like that. But I think we probably started talking more after Carter's passing.
And your mom is Shirley Carter, right?
Yeah.
And she would keep Carter sometimes?
Who, my mom?
Yes.
Yeah, she was a daycare teacher.
So Kianna would sometimes reach out to you to let you know if they be late and anything like that?
Not many times, but sometimes if I was there. or if I had to contact her or something like that. Not many times.
Do you remember the day that Carter passed?
I do.
Were you with your mom that day?
Mm-hmm.
Did Kianna call your mom that day?
I think my mom called Kianna, or at least text her, one or the other. I just know she was reaching out because he missed daycare. Might have been like day 2, and so she'll normally reach out to the parents. But I think she either called or text Kianna. I know they had a phone conversation. I was right there. She was on speaker talking to her.
So you were able to hear Kianna too?
Mm-hmm.
What do you recall from that conversation?
I think my mom might have asked, if he's okay. Maybe asked why he, had been there. I just know that Kianna said that he wasn't doing well, that they were in the hospital. That's what I would call.
Did you keep in contact with Kianna after this?
For a little bit.
Tell me what you mean by a little bit.
I'm saying that because I don't remember the exact time frame. I feel like maybe up until March of 2021. Maybe in March of 2021. So a couple months.
So just a few months after that. Did you see Kianna in person after that day?
After the Carter passed?
Yes.
I remember December the 18th. I don't remember that date because of text messages, but my mom always does like a Christmas party for the kids. Kianna came to my house to get food, I believe, that day. And so we talked that day, and then I saw her at Baby Carter's viewing at the funeral home. Those are the only 2 times.
What do you remember from the viewing?
I remember when I first came in, I naturally went up to Kianna. I gave her a hug. I remember I was crying. She was like kind of comforting me a little bit. And my mom, obviously a lot of my friends and family, they knew him, so they were there. I remember going in to see him. I remember he had on, I think he was holding the car. Kianna didn't go in the room, from what I remember. So that's it. I don't think I had any other like interactions with her there. I don't think.
You mentioned a second ago that Kianna was kind of comforting you.
Yeah. Yeah. I was crying.
Was she crying? Was she crying?
I don't see the relevance of that, Your Honor.
Objection sustained.
You mentioned something about a little car a minute ago. What is that?
I believe he was holding a car. He always played with cars and stuff like that. Fire trucks and stuff at my mom's house. I believe he might have been holding a car in a casket, from what I remember. I remember he thinking he had like a little hat or something on. I just don't remember what he had on.
In those few months that you kind of kept in contact with Kianna after Carter passed, did she ever tell you that she found out why he died?
No.
Did she ever tell you anything about an accident?
No, the day that she came to my house, the day of the children's Christmas party, I remember her asking if the dean, the child's father, if he had told my mom or told us how he passed or what was the reason for the passing. I remember saying no. And she said that he had a lacerated liver. And that was like, I guess, me and my mom's first time hearing that. Obviously, my mom was a different conversation, but I did relate to her, like what happened. Because the dean hadn't said anything. But she said that she had Googled how that could possibly happen because she didn't know how. And that Carter.
Your Honor, please, hold on.
Let me see counsel up here.
birthday party, she asked if Kadeem, the father, had told us about the passing or how he passed. She mentioned that he had a lacerated liver. I didn't know what the heck that meant. But she said that she had Googled to see how it could happen, but she didn't know how. And that she mentioned that I believe sometimes Carter would like jump off the beds or like couches or something at home, and she wondered if that's how it happened. And that was the end of that conversation.
So she mentioned after her Google search to you that he had jumped off the bed or the couch or something like that?
Basically that I guess sometimes he, he plays or whatever, he's active at home, and that maybe she was wondering if that's how it could happen. And that I guess she was Googling to see how like this child feel that's very little.
Did she ever tell you that she saw him go off the bed or have an accident or anything like that?
I don't recall, I just remember her saying that sometimes he was active at home and make her jump off the couch or the bed, something like that.
In the time that you had contact with her after Carter's passing, did she ever blame anyone for Carter's passing?
No.
Did she ever blame medical personnel for Carter's passing?
Repeat that?
Did she ever blame the EMTs, the nurses, medical people?
No.
Did she ever say anything about he had diabetes?
No.
Nothing further this time, Judge.
Mr. Brew?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Stanley, my name is Jim Carew. I'm a lawyer from Warner Robins. I'm here on behalf of Ms. Davis. Help her with this. In November of 2020, you remember when Carter passed, is that right?
Yes.
Did you help your mother watch children there?
No.
Were you living there?
2020, no.
November of 2020?
No, I wasn't.
So where were you living at then?
441 Hagen Mill Road with a friend.
Would you be there most days at your mama's place?
No, it's my mom's house. I would go over there, occasionally to see my mom. And if it just so happened to be during our operation, then, sometimes I see kids.
Would you ever watch the children that she had on occasion while your mama went out?
I remember maybe a time or two my mom, if she had like a doctor's appointment or something, I may sit there with the children. But that definitely wasn't often. I wasn't in the staying in the home with her at that time.
Okay. And the day that Carter passed, I guess the last day, do you have any recollection of the last day that your mama watched Carter was on that Friday prior?
I know this just from her saying it.
Oh.
I know that she kept him that Friday, but I wasn't, I didn't see him that day. I wasn't here.
You weren't there on that Friday?
No.
What, on that Thursday or the Wednesday or the Tuesday or, you know?
I'm pretty sure I was over here someday that week, I'm sure, but
Okay. And did you ever have occasion yourself to change Carter?
No, I never changed him. I never changed him before now.
You never changed him? Did you have interaction with the child? In other words, did you talk with the child?
I would play with him. I would, sit with him if I was there. But interactions like talking, no.
Did he ever complain to you about anything?
No.
Did you ever notice as to whether or not he had any bruises or scabs or bleeding or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Now, how many other children were during that general period of time was your mama keeping?
With Carter, 3 to 4, I believe.
All right. And would there ever be any grown-ups there during that time?
Besides my mom, no.
Besides your mom?
My son would be there. He stayed with my mom.
Okay. And what's your son's name?
Carter.
And what's his last name?
Daniel.
Okay. And how old is he now?
15.
Okay, so he was 10 or so then.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree with me that people grieve the loss of a loved one different from you, for example?
Yes.
Okay. When was the last time you had any contact with Ms. Davis?
I believe it was March of 2021, so that was the year after he passed. I believe like February or March.
Okay, and you hadn't seen her until when? Tonight?
Yeah.
No communication with her by text or Instagram or anything?
No.
Second, John. Nothing else, Sean. Thank you.
You can sit down. You're free to go and stay as you wish, ma'am.
Okay.
You got one more?
James Kennedy. James Kennedy.
Mr. Kennedy, if it's easier for you to flip your walker around and sit in it instead of the chair, you may do that. Let the bailiff get the chair out of your way and then.
Oh, yeah, you can do that.
There you go. You scoot up a little closer for me so the mic will get your voice, okay?
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Mr. Kennedy, can you raise your right hand for me? You swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you, sir. You can put your hand down. Can you state your name for the record?
James C. Kennedy.
Can you spell your name for the court reporter?
JAMES-CKENNEDY.
Mr. Kennedy, do you know who Kianna Davis is?
Yes, she's my granddaughter.
Okay. And do you see her in the courtroom today? Can you tell me what she's wearing?
She's wearing a white sweater and glasses.
For the purposes of the record, it's identified. Do you know Carter Ambrose?
Yeah, he's my grandson.
Who's your grandson?
Great-grandson.
Great-grandson?
Yeah.
And if you turn around and you could look at the screen.
That's him.
That's him. Now, I know it's been a while, but do you remember 2020, November of 2020 at all?
No, I don't.
Okay. Do you remember when Carter died?
Not the exact date. So.
Okay. Does fall 2020 sound right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember him being at your house at all during that time?
Yes, he was at my hospital that Saturday before, previous Saturday before.
Okay.
Saturday or Sunday with one. He was at my house that weekend.
Okay. You don't remember it was Saturday, Sunday?
Right.
Okay. And who was he with?
Yeah.
Was it just the three of you?
Excuse me.
Was it just the three of you at the house?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember what time they got there?
Not really.
Okay. You recall how long they stayed?
A couple hours.
A couple hours. Did Kianna cook dinner or something for you?
Didn't say.
Okay.
I think she brought lunch for him.
Okay. And what was going on? Was everybody just hanging out?
Yeah.
Hanging out? What was Carter doing?
What 2-year-old do?
What was that?
Playing.
He was playing? What was he playing with?
Refrigerator magnets, broom and dusting. That's it.
Running around?
Just running around being a 2-year-old.
Did he seem happy?
Seemed happy to me. He was always happy.
Did he seem like he had any kind of injuries or pain?
No.
And you don't remember what time they left?
After a couple of hours.
After a couple of complaining about anything?
No,
Did he throw up at all?
no.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Drew?
Thank you, Don. Good morning, Mr. Kennedy. Good to see you again.
Hey,
Once again, I'm Jeff Rue, representing your granddaughter, Kianna, in this matter. She live with you now?
yes,
What is your address?
309 Bonnie Drive, Warren Rise.
And do you live there, besides Kianna, do you live there by yourself?
Yes, I do.
When did your wife pass?
Probably 10, 12 years ago.
309 Bonnie Drive, is that right?
Yes,
You're retired, are you not?
I am
Where you retired from?
Air Force
How many years you served?
20.
Now, Kianna is your granddaughter, is she not?
She is.
She graduated high school.
Yes, she did.
Where from?
Warren Rise, I think. Warren Rise High School.
She go to college?
Objection, Your Honor, on relevance.
What is the relevance, Mr. Drew?
I'll just say you as a witness in my case.
Well, even then, let me see counsel.
Mr. Kennedy, let me ask you this. At the time that Carter passed, were you familiar with who the father of the child was?
Yes,
Okay. Was his name Carter Ambrose?
I think it is.
Okay. And did you ever meet him or know him?
I think I met him twice.
Did your daughter live with him when Carter was growing up?
I don't know, because once they leave my house, I don't get into their personal business.
Okay, I understand. Do you know where at that time, on the day that Kianna came over to your house with the baby, do you know where she was living at?
No, I don't.
Okay. Do you know if she was working at that time?
She was.
Where was she working at?
I think she was working for the city. No, not the city. The schools.
School?
Yeah.
School system? Do you know which school she was working for?
Technical college. That's what she was working for.
All right.
I think so.
All right. And on that Saturday, it was
Central
just
Georgia Tech.
right.
I think that's what she's working.
And on that Saturday, she came by and y'all had lunch together. Is that right?
Who is she? She brought lunch for him.
Okay. And would you see Carter and your daughter? Your granddaughter? Would you see them very often?
Not about twice a month.
Okay. But in any event, you saw them on the Saturday before he passed away.
Right. Like I said, he was a happy kid. Happy child.
I mean, that picture of him right up there, that's how he looked all the time, is that right?
That's where he lived when he was around me.
Okay, and he was rambunctious on
2 years.
yes. Just a second, John. Thank you, Mr. Kennedy. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
You sit down, Mr. Kennedy.
I'm not sure if
You're
he
free to
needs
go.
excuse or not.
I'm going to excuse him.
Okay,
We're not going to need him.
all right. You're free to go or stay as you wish at this point.
Okay, thank you.
Let me see counsel for a second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, after talking with the lawyers, I think this is as good a place as any to take a lunch break. I know we kind of had a morning break not too long ago, but so it is 12 o'clock straight up. I'm going to ask you to be back ready to resume at 1:15, okay? You know the drill. Don't talk about the case. Don't let anybody talk about it with you. Don't do any independent investigation. If you are approached by anyone, you witness anyone, you see another juror doing something that I just said don't do, please make sure you report that to the bailiff. Y'all can't, go ahead and put your notebooks in the jury room on the way out, and then y'all can be excused with the bailiff for lunch, okay? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Request about whatever the juror's light issue is. I'm having Miss Nelson inquire. I wasn't going to do it in the middle, but make sure whatever the lights in my eyes issue is, we've dealt with. I'm not sure. I think it was just the way that Elmo hits the lights in here a little bit hospital operating room, but that's just the way it is. Okay, anything else before we break for lunch?
Just scheduling purposes.
Okay, so,
Well, we're going to head this afternoon into law enforcement.
right,
So we've got Whitesall, who's body cam, and then you've got Juan Herrera who did the scene, and then we're going to get into Collins. So there's quite a bit of video to play. I'm trying to figure it out. Even if Collins is my last one, I'm pretty sure I can wrap up tomorrow morning.
okay.
So I just kind of wanted to alert the court as to kind of where I'm at schedule.
Alright, so, assuming that we move along sort of at a reasonable clip, if the state finishes at by lunch tomorrow, you think?
I'm hopeful.
Okay. If so, Mr. Greer, that's kind of your heads up. If you're going to have witnesses that you want to present, if you'll just plan on being prepared to do that, starting at lunchtime. And if we get behind or we get ahead, we'll adjust. But that's sort of, so you have some sort of heads up for your scheduling.
Thank you, John.
And then we'll see where we are this afternoon and revisit that if we need to.
Yes, ma'am.
And then, I don't know, we'll just have to figure out how that falls out because depending on Mr. Groove whether or not your client wants to testify at this, I still don't think we're getting it to the jury tomorrow night. And unfortunately, I'm out Thursday, but we'll just sort of see how that goes. And Mr. Groove, you can kind of figure out, well, obviously you don't have to tell me anything, but if it looks like you are not going to present evidence or what have you, if you'll let me know that in the morning tomorrow.
I'll let you know.
So that we can plan, because that may be a scenario in which we can get it to the jury, and we'll go ahead and do that. And then if they need to come back on Friday to finish deliberations, we can do that.
I'll let the court know tomorrow.
All right. Thank you, y'all. Lunch, 1:15, please.
No, ma'am.
Did the MSA guy say he'd sent a Rule 22?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do we know who he sent it to? Because Angela's out.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Judge, I do know that WMAZ was here yesterday.
Was that who the other person was?
Yeah, that
Okay, maybe they and Fox own the same. Maybe they all own the same.
No, they're not part of WMAZ, but I know that her name Carmen Brown was here yesterday.
Okay. Well, I don't know who got the Rule 22, and it's not I'm going to say no, but that's the rules. And I made the other two do it, so everybody has to do it. So, I don't care if she comes back in, or he, or whoever, as long as they're not in shorts. But before they come in, I need the Rule 22, or I need to know who in this building they sent it to. It is very possible that it is in my assistant's email. She's home sick. So, I don't know.
Yeah, it was a mail that came in.
Okay. So, very nicely, just ask him where the Rule 22 is and who he sent it to. And we'll go from there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, anything else? Okay. You can bring them in.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, make sure your cell phones are off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to continue. Mr. Dwayne.
Carter Ambrose. Raise your right hand, please. You swear or affirm the testimony about you will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Thank you, sir. You can speak up. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Carter Ambrose.
Can you spell that for the court reporter?
Kadeemambrose.
Thank you. Mr. Ambrose, where do you live?
I live in McDonough, Georgia currently.
Okay, currently. You live in Middle Georgia at all?
I used to.
Okay, when was that?
I moved from Middle Georgia in 2021.
Okay. Are you employed?
Yes, sir.
How are you employed?
I am a firefighter with Gwinnett County.
When you lived in Middle Georgia, how were you employed?
I was a firefighter with the city of Warner Robins.
Okay. So did you live in Warner Robins when you worked for them?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you know Kianna Davis?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How do you know her?
She's the mother of my child.
Okay. The two of you were in a relationship?
Yes, sir.
How long did that relationship last?
Approximately 4 years, 3 years.
Did y'all live together?
Yes, sir.
Where'd y'all live together?
The first apartment was Sandpiper off of Leisure Lake. And the second apartment was off of Lakeview, I think is the name of the road.
Lakeview? So y'all lived together at Lakeview?
Yes, sir.
All right. When did y'all break up?
March 2012.
Okay. Were you guys living in Lakeview at that time?
Yes, sir.
All right. And who moved out?
I moved out.
So Ms. Davis stayed behind?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you remember the specific address
To our
to the
apartment,
Lakeview apartment?
11 something. I really don't remember.
Okay. Was that apartment in Houston County?
Yes, sir.
And do you see Ms. Davis in the courtroom today?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What is she wearing?
She's wearing a white and gray sweater.
For the purposes of the record, he has identified the defendant. Now, you said y'all had a child?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What was that child's name?
Carter Ambrose.
And when was he born?
January 14, 2018.
2018. So I'm going to show you what's been previously admitted in the evidence of State's Exhibit 12. Do you recognize that? What is it?
It's Carter.
It's Carter. When was that photo taken?
This photo was taken right before I took her to daycare. I think it was November 12th,
November 12th?
2020.
What were you guys doing that day?
That was in the morning, and I just got him ready to take him to daycare. And we just started in the morning, brushed teeth, eat breakfast, and we left the house around 7:30.
When you took him to daycare?
Yes, sir.
Where was daycare?
Daycare was with Miss Faye off of Russell Parkway.
Is that the last time you saw him alive?
Yes, sir.
So I want to back up a little bit. So you took him to daycare. Did you have him that week?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Where were you living at the time?
230 Capeland Circle off of Receiving Boulevard.
And did he go to daycare that week?
No, he did not.
Did he stay with you?
Yes, he did.
Okay. And so you said you were a firefighter?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what's your schedule like?
We worked 24/48, so it was 24 on, 48 off.
Okay. So if you were off, did you keep Carter at home?
Most of the time. Sometimes when I'm off, I work a part-time job, so I just pick up shifts elsewhere. But if I'm fully off, then say 50% of the times I have them.
And that Thursday when that picture was taken, how was Carter?
Carter was perfectly fine.
Was he throwing up?
No, he was not.
Did he seem sick at all?
No, he did not.
Let me ask you this. Did he have any breathing problems?
He did.
He did? What kind?
So he had like respiratory problems where he would like need a rescue inhaler or a nebulizer at times.
Okay. He said nebulizers, that's like a machine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And when he would need that machine, what would happen?
Well, for him to need the machine, sometimes it would be like say if he has a cold or a fever, and then it always seems to tie in where his respiratory will like be affected.
Okay.
But mainly he would need it like if he's running a cold.
Okay. And what would be symptoms that he would need the nebulizer?
You would see more like him kind of struggling to breathe a little bit, like kind of using more like auxiliary muscles. So you kind of be, wheezing a little bit and like kind of struggling a little bit more to have a full breath.
Did you ever give him, so you would sometimes give him these treatments? Right?
Yes, sir.
Was throwing up ever a symptom that he needed breathing treatment?
No, sir.
So, November 17th of 2020, that's the day that he died, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I kind of want to get what's going on in you and Kianna, your relationship at this point?
At this point, we still communicate. It's strictly on the basis of him. We don't hang out. We don't really talk much outside of, he needs this or anything pertaining to Carter. Because the main focus of our conversation.
And what was the custody arrangement, or was there one?
It was never a definitive custody arrangement. She was the sole caregiver for Carter at the time, and we just kind of made arrangements around my schedule on when I should have them.
Okay.
But it wasn't anything definitive.
Okay. Was it anything that was like predictable?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me about that.
So we would look at my schedule and the days I have 2 days off back to back, usually like every other weekend, and also like at least 1 day out of the week. And if I can't get them every other weekend, then at least 2 days back to back in a week. So it'll just be communication on when to have them for 2 days back to back.
And so at this point, you and Kianna are split up.
Yes, sir.
Right. So were you seeing anybody now?
I was at the moment.
You were back in 2020, November 2020.
Sir.
You know if she was seeing anybody else?
Was she seeing anybody else?
Yes.
Not to my knowledge.
Kianna. I'm
yes.
sorry. Was Kianna seeing anybody else?
Yes.
Do you know that person's name?
Yes, sir.
What's his name?
Keon Benton.
Kianna Benton. Have you ever interacted with him before?
Once.
Okay. So you met him once. Do you know if they live together?
I don't think so.
And so, you dropped Carter off Thursday at daycare. That's the last you see him. Now, are you and the defendant, is there any child support agreement in place?
We recently just got a court-ordered child support agreement.
Okay. And so were you ordered to pay child support?
Yes, sir.
How did you do that?
Through the court, initially when I moved, we settled on a fixed amount. And that's when I first moved out of the apartment. Then we talked about it and we settled on a set amount. But then later on, she wanted more and we talked about it and couldn't come up with the actual agreement because I was trying to stay away from actual court-ordered child support, but that's the route that we went with, and that's how we got to the court-ordered child support.
So it's court-ordered child support. So how do you pay? How much was it?
It was, if I'm not mistaken, $750 a month. And it was set to be deducted from my paycheck.
Okay. When was it set to be deducted?
I knew it was supposed to start in November,
Okay.
and that's when the first payment was supposed to
Okay.
happen.
And do you know if that payment was taken from you in November?
Yes, it was.
Okay. And how much was it? Was it the $750 that you said?
I think it was partial. I think it was the first half of that that came out of my paycheck.
Okay. Was there something about you overpaid somehow?
Yeah, so I wasn't too knowledgeable on how child support worked. So I knew that I get paid on Thursday, and I think I messaged Ms. Davis saying, hey, can I go ahead and just make this first payment because I know that you have a 5-day grace period for your rent to be due. So I'm going to go ahead and pay the first part through the child support app, and then whenever I get paid, if it's deducted from my paycheck, then we can just, even that out. Because I did not know if it was going to be deducted from my paycheck at that time.
Okay. So, did you make kind of your own payment and then it was deducted as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That weekend, what all were you doing? So, you dropped him off Thursday, then Friday, so not Saturday, Sunday. Were you working? Were you at home?
I worked Friday at the fire station. I think I was off that Saturday. And I picked up a shift Sunday and Monday.
Okay.
And Tuesday.
When you weren't with Carter, would you be able to speak to him over the phone?
Yes, sir. Most of the times I would either FaceTime or talk to him on the phone.
Would you do it like once a day or multiple times? Or
Average once a day.
Okay. Okay. That weekend, did you get to FaceTime him at all?
No, I did not.
Okay. Did you ask?
Yes, I did.
Who?
Miss Davis.
Okay. And she had Carter that weekend.
Yes, sir.
Right. What, did she talk to you at all that weekend?
We talked, I think it was Friday, when we realized that the payment was deducted from, my paycheck. And after that was the last time we talked because you blocked my phone number.
She blocked your phone number?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And how did you figure out that she had blocked your phone number?
The calls wouldn't go through, text messages wouldn't go through, and this happened before, so I pretty much know how it is being blocked from.
Okay. How many times did you call and try to text?
I cannot recall.
Okay. Was she mad at you?
Yes, sir.
What was it about?
About overpaying on child support.
Okay. And the purpose of your calls or texts, were they just about the child support?
Before I was blocked, yes. So we had a phone call prior to, I think the last actual phone call that we had was about the child support and her saying that I messed up everything as far as the child support payments. And I'm like trying to still figure out how I did that and not really understanding how me making a payment through the Defects app and then having it deducted from my check, how would that mess up anything?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what she was mad at me about.
And were you calling as well to try to speak to your son?
That night I was.
Okay, which night?
Pretty much the entire weekend.
Pretty much the entire weekend?
Yes, sir.
And were you able to?
No, sir.
And so that was the weekend. Is the only way you tried to communicate with her text or email that weekend?
That weekend I sent her just emails because calls and text was not going through, so I had to email her to at least get some type of response to her.
Okay. So I'm going to show you what I've just shown the defense counsel, and it's marked as State's Exhibit 13. Can you please look at that? Do you recognize it?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
It's an email of me messaging Ms. Davis and an email of her replying back to my initial email.
Okay, do you remember when that email was?
Yes, sir.
When was it?
It was November 16th.
November 16th, so that Monday?
If I'm not mistaken, was either November 16th or, yes, it was that Monday.
That Monday? And is this a fair and accurate representation of that email?
Yes, sir.
Has it been changed or altered in any way?
No, sir.
Your Honor, this time we offer evidence States 13.
As long as I can cross on it, I have no objection.
It's admitted.
So I'm going to put it up on television, we'll publish it. And that is behind you. So if you could turn around and take a look at it for me. So you said that you had texted her, or emailed, sorry. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And at what time did you email?
At 10:43.
Okay, and she responded to you?
Yes, sir.
All right, can you please read to the jury what she responded to you?
Stop emailing me. No, you can't get or talk to Carter. Leave me TF alone. And that's the last time I'm going to tell you.
What does TF stand for?
The fuck.
And that's the last time I want to tell you?
Yes, sir.
So this is Monday. Do you have any idea what's going on, where Carter is? Who asked?
No, sir.
Did you guys have any communication after that email on Monday?
No, sir.
Was there a phone call?
No, sir.
Did she call you about needing to get Carter?
Oh, yeah. So later on that night, she did call me. And I'm not too sure if it was a call or a text. I know we did talk later on that night
Okay.
for her saying that I need to take off of work the following day so I can keep Carter.
Okay. Did she tell you why?
She said that he's sick and he's been throwing up.
He's been throwing up. Did she tell you how much he's been throwing up?
No, sir.
Did she tell you if anything had happened to him?
No, sir.
Okay. And did you take work off? And
I did not.
okay. Why was that?
I didn't take off of work because I was pretty much begging to even see him, FaceTime him, and I would get no response. And even to the point of like I would kind of like make concessions with him. Like if you let me FaceTime him and see him, then I'll take off work and I'll keep him. And those were going unanswered. And the only thing she told me was just that he's been throwing up and he's sick. I didn't take off work.
You wish that you had?
I did.
Was that the end of your communication with her for the time being?
We talked Tuesday morning when I was already at my part-time job, and that's when she told me that Carter's being rushed to the emergency room now. I need to get back.
Okay. You remember what time that was?
It was in the morning time. I said approximately 8 or 9.
Okay. Did she say what was wrong with him?
No, she just said that he's being rushed to the hospital. She didn't say what was wrong.
Okay. And he was being rushed to the hospital. So where was your part-time job at that time?
I was on the ambulance in Dublin.
Ambulance in Dublin? Are you EMS?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So did you drop everything and head to the hospital?
Yes, sir.
And where was the hospital?
It was Perry Hospital off of like pretty much Watson and
Perry. You thought you were going to Perry, or was it Peach County?
Peachtown.
Okay. So it was Peach County. Did she say anything about who had taken him? If he went to a pediatrics office?
I'm not sure if she did or not.
Okay. So all you knew was that he was being taken home?
Yes, sir.
All right. And did you end up making it to the hospital?
I did.
And when you got there, was Carter alive or dead?
He was already deceased at the time. She called me before I got to the hospital and told me that he was deceased.
Okay. And when you got to the hospital, what did you do?
When I got to the hospital, I came through the emergency bay, the ambulance bay, and they led me to the waiting room that was kind of off to the side. And that's when I saw Kianna and Kianna there.
Were the police there?
They had hospital police staff in the waiting room as well.
How long did you stay at the hospital?
We had to wait a while before we could actually go see his body. And I stayed there until I can't say how long I stayed there, but until it was done.
Till you were ready to go?
Well, until we went to see him and in the room, and we pretty much said our last goodbyes with him at that time. And I think that's when the coroner was coming, and that's when we left.
Let me ask you this. So you guys lived separate. Did he have a bedroom in your apartment?
Yes, sir.
All right. Did he like to sleep in that bedroom?
We never slept in that room.
Where did he sleep?
In bed with me.
Okay. Was that kind of his thing?
Yeah.
Is that a habit that he had?
Yes, sir.
Do you know if he did the same thing when he was at the Defendant's?
I can't definitively say, but from my time living there, yes.
Okay. Do you know if the Defendant was upset about the fact that he wouldn't sleep in his own room?
I cannot say.
Do you know if Kianna wanted you to break that habit?
Yes, sir.
Okay. She spoke to you about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Did y'all have a funeral for Carter or a service for him?
We had a viewing at the funeral home, and then we also had a balloon release pretty much at the fire station that I used to work at.
Okay. And do you recall where the viewing was?
McCullough Funeral Home, off the house.
Was the Defendant there?
Yes, sir.
Did y'all interact at all?
I don't think we did. If so, mildly.
And you said there was a balloon release?
Yes, sir.
When was that done?
Can't remember the exact date, but it was in December.
Whose idea was that?
Mine,
Was Kianna involved in that at all?
not in the plan.
Okay. Did she go?
She did.
Did you have to make her go?
I don't think I made her go, but I suggested it. I would like for her to be there.
So, after the balloon release, do you remember when the balloon release was?
The exact date?
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact date, but I have pictures I can look back.
Well, I mean, so did the viewing happen first?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then there was a balloon release?
Yes, sir.
Was it a few days, a couple weeks later?
I'll say maybe 2 weeks later, 2 or 3 weeks later.
And did you and the Defendant stay in contact after that balloon release?
Seldom.
Seldom? Did you guys ever discuss Carter?
Yes, sir.
What was that discussion?
Just in the time frame after that. And most times, if we were to discuss Carter, it'll mainly be pertaining the happenings of him not being here, or the investigation and the prolonged autopsy results. It would mainly be something around that basis of what's going on with the case.
Okay. And any time did you have a conversation with the Defendant about Keon Benton's potential involvement?
We had one interaction where it was when we got the preliminary autopsy results back, and when we got the preliminary autopsy results back, the preliminary results said lacerated liver, and I was a little mad, angry, and I was on the phone with her, and she got the results as well. And I told her, I said, Kianna, I said, if something comes back that said this guy did something to my kid, I don't know what I'll do.
How did she respond to that?
She responded by pretty much telling me, she said, how can you even say something like that? He would never do nothing like that. and he was even a better father to Carter than I was.
Was she mad that you said that?
By her tone, yes.
Did she cuss you out?
That's all she said at that time.
You guys talk more about the situation than just that time, right? So, I mean, have you guys had other conversations?
Yes, we
about what happened?
not about what happened, but we've kept somewhat of an open contact, but we never really talked about what happened.
Well, but did she ever say what she thought happened?
No,
Did she ever blame Kianna?
no,
Did she ever get mad at you about the fact that it happened?
yes, sir.
What happened there? What was that?
It was a conversation we had where she stated that I should have been there to take care of him. I should have took off work and I should have had him. And if it wasn't for that, this whole thing would have happened.
So because you didn't take off work to take care of Carter, none of this would have happened?
I don't know, possible.
Okay. Do you know what she was referring to when she said none of this would have happened?
No, sir. I guess just speculating on as
I
far
don't
as
you just speculate, but I mean, if you don't know,
I don't know.
Sorry to cut you off. But you would, or at least did on one occasion, try to get information from her about what happened, right?
Yes, sir.
And what would she tell you?
She would not tell me anything, just saying she don't know what happened. Maybe he jumped off of his bed, or maybe some type of accident happened that she don't know.
Okay. Did she say anything about him being sick?
Only when we initially talked, when she told me to take off of work.
Was that weekend, was that the only time that she had kind of refused you access to him?
Yes, sir.
Because earlier you said that, I think you said that you knew you were blocked because it had happened before. But that was the first weekend where you weren't just blocked, but you couldn't even speak to Carter.
That was when I was blocked for an extended time. Most of the times that she blocked me, it would be for a couple hours or not even a day.
Nothing further at this time, Your Honor.
Mr. Burns, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Ambrose, good afternoon. My name is Jeff Grew. I'm a lawyer from Warner Robins here representing Ms. Davis. Let me ask you a few questions if I may. I'm sorry for your loss. Okay. When did you and Ms. Davis start seeing each other?
Me and Ms. Davis met in 2014.
Were you with the Warner Robins Fire Department at that time?
Before we met, no. I was in the hiring process
You were in the hiring process?
when we initially met.
All right. And where did y'all meet at? Did y'all meet in Warner Robins or somewhere else? Or?
We met in Warner Robins.
All right. And when did you go to work for the fire department?
2014.
At some point in time, y'all moved in together, is that right?
Yes, sir.
When?
2017.
2017. Okay. And y'all moved into the Sandpiper Apartments, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And that's off of Russell Parkway in Warner Robins, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
When y'all moved in together, was it just you two?
I lived in an apartment first, and then she moved in after she was pregnant.
All right. And was she teaching school then?
No, she was not.
Was she working at a dermatologist's office then?
Initially, when she first moved in, she was working at FedEx.
Working at FedEx, and then did she go to work at the dermatologist's office?
She worked at a dermatologist's office when we moved to the second apartment.
All right, well, let's, I want to make sure we have a good timeline here. So, Carter was born on January the 1st, excuse me, January the 14th of 2018, is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, and when he was born, you and Miss Davis lived there in Sandpiper Apartments, is that
Yes,
correct?
Yes, sir.
Would it be fair to say that's where the child was conceived at?
Yes, sir.
Within a couple days of Carter being born, he had to go in the hospital, is that right?
That's not right.
He didn't go in the hospital?
No, he did not.
When did he go in the hospital at all during, say, the first month of his life?
I think he went to the hospital maybe 1 month or 2 months after, but not the first week or the second week.
Okay. And when he went to the hospital, were you employed by the fire department then?
Yes, sir.
And where did Carter go to the hospital at? Which hospital?
More than likely it'll be,
And if you don't know, that's fine.
yeah, I don't know.
You don't know where he was in the hospital at?
I'm not sure which time you're talking about.
I'm talking about the first time after he was born.
I don't recall.
But nonetheless, you and Miss Davis were living together in Sandpiper Apartments.
Yes, sir.
And that was in 2018, correct?
2017 is when we lived together. That's when we started living together.
Okay, but when Carter was born, Miss Davis brought him back to your apartment there in Sandpiper, is that right?
Yes. We both brought him back.
Both brought him back, okay. And that you three lived there together, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And you lived there in that apartment there at Sandpiper, the three of you, until when?
Until the following year. We stayed in that apartment for 1 year of Carter's life.
Okay, until 2019?
Yes, sir.
And is that when you and Miss Davis and Carter moved to these apartments there off of Lakeview Road?
Yes, sir.
And that's the apartment that's right there within, say, 200 or 300 yards of the pediatric place. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And that was planned, was it not?
No, it's not.
It wasn't planned.
The plan was to have a nice apartment.
Have a nice apartment, and the fact that his doctor was there meant nothing.
It might have, but that wasn't the initial.
Okay, I mean, could it have meant something to Miss Davis?
Maybe I cannot say which
Okay.
one.
And during this time, where was Miss Davis working at?
It was a period where she did not work, and she was in school for a portion of that time.
Where was she in school at?
Mercer.
Mercer University in Macon.
Yes, sir.
Was she taking online classes or in-person classes?
Objection on relevance, Judge.
The objection sustained.
All right. So how long was she? When did y'all move into the apartments over there at Lakeview?
I would say March of 2019.
Okay. And when was it that you moved out?
March of 2020.
All right. And was it just you three still there at the apartment when you moved out?
Yes, sir.
And you were still at the fire department, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And
was, do you know if Ms. Davis was a stay-at-home mom?
For a portion, she was.
Until when?
She got a job at a dermatology office in Lincoln.
All right. And do you know when that was?
I cannot recall.
All right. And did she stay there the entire time until y'all broke up in March of 2020?
Yes, sir. We're at the dermatologist office?
Right.
Yes, sir.
And if you don't know, that's fine. But in any event, the relationship fell apart in March of 2020, is that right?
Yes.
And is that when you were still with the fire department, right?
Yes.
And is that when you moved to Caitlin Drive?
Caitlin Circle.
Caitlin Circle. And that's over there near, which fire station is that you were working at then?
Fire station number 6.
And that's the one off of Seagan?
Yes, sir.
And in Caitlin, where you were living at is, you were living in an apartment right there, is that right?
Yes.
All right. Now, so when you left in March of 2020, did you and Ms. Davis have an agreement as to what sort of child support you would pay?
Yes, sir.
How much?
It was $580.
And that's an agreement that you two made?
Yes, sir.
And were you paying $580 starting in March of 2020?
Yes.
And so you paid it for every month until
I got court ordered on child support.
Okay. And the court order for child support, did you have to come down here to this courthouse to get an order to do that?
Yes, sir.
And the amount was $750
Yes, sir.
a month. Was that to come out of your, the $580 that you were paying, did that come out of your, was that deducted from your salary, or did you just pay that on your own?
That was the amount that we decided together for me to just pay her monthly.
Okay, you paid it up on your own, is
Yes,
that right? And you were brought down here for child support, what, was it November of 2020?
If I'm not mistaken, it's October.
October. And the money was to start when?
In November.
November. 1st of November?
Yes.
Okay. And would that come in one lump sum payment of $750?
No, sir.
Would it be divided twice a month type thing?
Yes.
All right. You were saying something about an overpayment. What was that about?
I paid the initial half before I knew that it was being deducted from my paycheck.
All right. And you felt as though Ms. Davis should pay you that money back?
I said if she would like to, she can pay me back.
If she would like?
Yeah, because I won't pay.
That's how you said it?
Yes, sir. Okay.
So, once again, you kept the child, and you returned the child to Ms. Davis on the Thursday before he died, is that right?
I took him to daycare that morning.
You took him to daycare on that Friday morning?
Thursday morning.
Oh, Thursday morning?
Yes, sir.
Did you pick him up from daycare on Thursday, or did she?
She did.
All right. So you didn't have anything to do with picking the child up on Friday, is that right?
No, sir.
Okay. And I guess at some point in time, you and Ms. Davis talked over the weekend about, well, she called you and wanted to know if you could keep the child. Did she do that on the weekend, or did she do that on the following Monday?
Can you repeat that for me?
Okay. You had testified earlier that you and Ms. Davis had talked, or she had asked you if you could take care of the child on Tuesday, the 17th. You recall that?
Yes.
And you told her that you could not because you had not your fire job, but a job as part-time job as EMS. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Did you say anything to her that you would watch the child if she gave you that $350 back?
Incorrect. No.
That's incorrect.
That's wrong.
Oh. But nonetheless, you did not agree to keep Carter on that Tuesday, is that right?
I did not.
And you could have gotten out of that part-time job, couldn't you?
Yes, I could.
Pardon?
Yes, I could.
Okay, but you just didn't want to.
I didn't want to because I did not see my child for the entire weekend until Ms. Davis sprung upon me randomly after not talking to her or the kid for 3 days pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
I was texting saying, hey, you need to take off of work tomorrow.
But you could have seen Carter that entire Tuesday, couldn't you? Couldn't you?
Yes, I could.
But because you and Miss Davis were being disagreeable with each other, you drew the line in the sand. Is that a fair statement?
She drew the line in the sand when she told me I can't see my child, I can't FaceTime my child. That was a line in the sand.
But she offered for you to be able to see the child the next day.
After he was sick and about to die.
Okay, all right. Well, how did you know he was? Did that go into your thought processes that you knew he was about to die?
No, sir.
No, even though you were under a child support order, you didn't have any sort of anything in writing approved by the court as to what sort of visitation rights you would have. Is that correct?
No, sir.
And for the most part, you and Miss Davis got along pretty good about that, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Just a second, Charlie. So it's your testimony that when you dropped the child off at daycare at Miss Tharp's on that Thursday morning, that's the last time that you saw him?
Yes, sir.
How many other times did Miss Davis refuse you over the months to be able to see the child?
She would not.
Pardon?
She would not.
She would not.
No, sir.
Did she ever refuse you FaceTime before?
No, sir.
So this was the only time?
Yes, sir.
When you talked to her on that Monday about whether or not you could watch the child on Tuesday, did she mention to you that Mr. Benton was watching the child?
No, sir.
Did you know that he was watching the child?
I don't recall.
And you say you met this Mr. Benton a time or two, is that right?
Once.
Once? Was that at the fire station?
Yes, sir.
And Carter was there, is that right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, that went okay, did it not?
No, it did not.
The meeting didn't go okay?
No.
Was there a confrontation of some sort?
It was I wouldn't really say competition, it was a disagreement.
Disagreement between who?
Me and Ms. Davis.
You and Miss Davis?
Yes.
I mean, you resented the fact, I guess, that she brought the child over there to your place of work?
Can you repeat that?
Pardon me?
Can you repeat your sentence? Can you repeat what you said?
Were you upset with Miss Davis because she brought the child over to your place of work?
No, sir. I love when you come to my job.
But there was a disagreement? Is that because Mr. Benton was there?
It was a disagreement on meeting Mr. Bennett at the time.
It was just for a few minutes, was it not?
To meet him,
Right.
she brought Carter over to the fire station. It was a Saturday. She brought him over because she said that he's been sad and he's been moping around, and she would like for me to just, bring him over to the fire station so he can play. And she did. She advised, hey, just to let you know, my boyfriend's with me. I said, that is fine. That's okay. He came, we played around the fire station for about, say, 30 minutes. And then after that, that's when she came and said, all right, it's time to go. I asked Ms. Davis, I said, hey, would you mind if I meet your boyfriend? Since he's around my kid, I would like to put a face to the name.
All right.
And she said, no, he would not like to meet you. So that made me say, I don't care if you're around my child, I'm going to know who you are.
Okay. Was this on the Saturday before the child died?
No, sir.
How far in the past was that?
Me and my son, we went on vacation to visit our mom, to visit my mom in October. We came back October 18th, October 19th. That was the following weekend after that, so it was still in October.
Okay. So that's the only, did you ever meet Mr. Benton then?
I attempted to meet him. I said I will meet this guy, so I walked to the car and tapped on the glass. He didn't get out of the car. He rolled the car window down. I said, hey, I'm Kadeem, I'm Carter's dad. I shook his hand, and that's our only interaction.
So there wasn't any problem between you and he?
No, it was not.
Did you have any other problems or repercussions for Ms. Davis because of this meeting?
No, sir.
No. Just a second, Sean, please. I mean, sir, once again, you moved out in March of 2020, is that right?
Yes, sir.
During that period of time, of course, your baby died in November. During that period of time, did you yourself have a girlfriend to live with you?
No, sir.
You never had a girlfriend to live with you?
No, sir.
Did you ever have a girlfriend?
Yes, sir.
Who was that?
I was dating a girl named Tierra.
Tierra. And did you have the occasion to have Ms. Davis meet her?
No, sir.
Okay. You didn't want that then?
If it happened, it happened, but she never.
And Mr. Ambrose, you are currently with Gwinnett County, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
There.
Yes, sir.
Which fire department you work for?
Gwinnett County Fire and Emergency Services.
Okay. Judge, I don't have anything else. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Ambrose. You may stay or go as you wish, please.